So exercises that I found helpful and that are helpful for managing pubic symphysis is firstly focusing on some stability for the area. So we're going to focus on a squat with some pelvic floor control, and then we're going to do some stretches that actually release all the muscles that come into that pubic symphysis region that Greg just showed us on the model. So firstly with the squat, these days I like to have the legs a little bit wider apart just to make room for the belly. I'll think about a lifting of the pelvic floor just gently, and then I'm just going to do a really slow controlled squat, sometimes holding it for 5 seconds, squeezing in through the pelvic floor and the bottom to come up. And I'll do however many I'm comfortable with there, but important to keep some of those muscles going because often we are exercising a bit less and we're definitely getting a lot freer and looser in that area. So stretches that I found really helpful, and I go to them all the time. The first one is stretching the hamstring as it's attaching into the bottom of the pelvis. So I found when that's been tight, it's upset my pubic symphysis a lot more. So instead of your standard form of doing a hamstring and just leaning forward, you're going to bend your knee and have a bit of an angle, and then you're going to stick your bottom as if you're pushing it back towards the back wall. And from that position there, I actually feel that tugging right into the base here, the top of my hamstring, and I feel it a little bit into my pubic symphysis, probably because it's a little bit irritated still. And I'll hold a stretch for about 60 seconds or until I'm too uncomfortable and I'll pull up. Another stretch that I love to go to all the time is stretching a bit more of the groin. So legs apart, fairly wide, feet also in line with the knee. Then I'll come down onto the elbows, and I'll just let my body sink down into it until I start to feel it in through those groin muscles. Bit of hamstring, a bit of bottom you'll feel. And I'll stay again, sometimes more than a minute in this position, sometimes reading a book, just trying to give it time for the body to relax and open that area. And then sometimes coming out of that's a bit stiff, so take it easy on the way up. Bring the legs in together. I'll also like to stretch my groin and adductor muscles. All these attach right into where the pubic symphysis is. So I'll bring my feet together, hands together. Doesn't matter if your feet have to be more in front. Bring them where they're comfortable, but you feel a stretch in your groin. Hands underneath, and then I'll try and sit up tall, which stretches up through my back, but it's more about getting that flexibility in through the adductor muscles. I hope you find these exercises helpful as I have, and all the best in your journey.